In this video, we will understand the key concepts of the strengths perspective. The 6 major terms which will be explained in this video to understand the strengths based perspective are strengths, resilience, hope, culture, cultural identity, and collaboration. Strengths is the essential idea in taking a strengths based approach to practice is that all clients, families, and communities have strengths. That's the main essence of the strengths based perspective that we are that as a social worker we will understand and identify the strength of our clients, of our communities, to guide the social work intervention. Strengths are internal and external capabilities and resources unique to each person or group. Internal strengths are personal qualities such as sense of humor, insight, and flexibility that help people cope with the challenges they face. And external strengths are the resources outside of each person that will help to lend the support. External strengths may include extended family, connection to a faith community, or services available in a client's local geographic area. So, when we are speaking to our clients and trying to identify their strengths, it means that not just the internal qualities or the traits which the client has, but also to identify the external factors which come into the purview of the client's strength. Just as the medical model finds value in identifying, labeling, and measuring problems, advocates of the strengths perspective assert there is value in identifying, labeling, and measuring the client's strength. Next is the resilience. The concept of resilience is used to describe situations in which people overcome adversity to continue functioning and in some cases even improve functioning despite facing a traumatic or challenging experience. The concept was first used by researchers who were studying at-risk youth. The term at risk, it means that a person is considered at a higher likelihood of experiencing a negative outcome because of an experience. For instance, children who grow up in unhealthy circumstances are at increased risk of poor outcomes, such as using drugs or alcohol, engaging in criminal activity, or dropping out of school. However, research has found that many children who grow up in challenging circumstances grow into healthy, well functioning adults despite these experiences. This ability to withstand adversity is known as resilience. Resilience researchers are particularly interested in protective factors, the strengths that help people remain strong. One example of a protective factor for at risk youth is social support. Having one positive adult in a child's life, such as a neighbor or a coach or a pastor, elder, or extended family member, it will increase the likelihood that the child can cope with difficulties. So, definitely, we all as individuals differ in our personalities and our traits, and it's not always necessary that having a negative circumstance will affect a client's life. It will definitely, there are factors which affect a person's life, but sometimes having just one protective factor can make a huge contribution to a person's life in a positive way. Those small factors which add up to a person's life in a positive manner is resilience. And as social workers, that's why those intake sessions, those engagement sessions are so important to understand the client, because once we know the strength of the person, whether it's internal, whether it's external, our work as social worker becomes so much easier, because this sort of help or fast track your process of intervention and working with the client to achieve their goals. The next key concept in understanding the strengths based perspective is hope. As individuals and families face challenges, the concept of hope remains fundamental when taking a strengths perspective. Hope refers to belief that a positive outcome is possible. This belief exerts important implications regarding how clients view their circumstances. Having or not having hope also affects how social workers approach their clients. When social workers believe in the capacity for resilience, they communicate verbally and non verbally to clients that positive outcomes are possible. However, when social workers remain focused on risk models that outline the potential for negative outcomes resulting from difficult circumstances, these workers may communicate to a client a negative expectation or a sense that positive coping and adaptation are not possible. In a recent study, researchers spoke with families who were involved in the child welfare system about how they successfully achieved reunification with their children after the children were placed in foster care because of maltreatment. The field of child welfare can be quite discouraging. Therefore, it is not uncommon for child welfare workers to lose hope in the capacity of their clients to make the changes needed to keep their families intact. In this study, one mother highlighted the moment a new social worker, whom she felt believed in her, was assigned to her case. This mother described this as the moment that led her onto a different path. She stated that knowing someone believed in her caused her to make the first steps towards progress on her case plan goals. Ultimately, this mother was successful in making positive changes and her children were returned to her care. She now helps other parents who are involved in the child welfare system improve their parenting. Her experience reveals how clients feel when a professional social worker sees their potential, expressing hope that they are capable of overcoming difficult circumstances. The next key concept is cultural identity. Culture refers to the beliefs, tradition, and daily activities of a group of people. Culture can be related to racial or ethnic identity. Culture can also develop from connection to a particular geographic location as a result of an activity, because of a spiritual or other belief system, or even be related to age as seen in the culture of various generations. Cultural identity refers to ways people experience a sense of belonging to a particular group, thereby informing social norms related to beliefs, interactions, and practices. Social work as a profession highly values diversity and asserts cultural competence as a strongly held value within the profession. This concept is of particular relevance to the strengths perspective, which looks at internal and external strengths that are often found within a client's culture. Research studies suggest that cultural competence is a fundamental part of taking strength-based approach. Respecting cultural diversity suggests social work practice should remain flexible so that social workers can remain responsive to contrasting cultural beliefs and values. The next key concept is collaboration. The term collaboration refers specifically to the nature of a relationship. Although some relationships are hierarchical, such that one person exerts authority over another, as is the case in a parent child relationship, other relationships are seen as collaborative when they balance power and appreciate contributions from both parties. The idea of collaboration is an important part of taking a strength based approach. Developing collaborative worker client relationship, it means that the education and experience of the social worker are integrated with the expertise clients maintain regarding their lives. Although social workers have specialized knowledge about theories of human development, parents understand how these theories apply to their children. Because, you know, as we all know, and we always should accept that each family, each individual, each social circumstance is unique. and we don't know what sort of factors contribute to a person's, whatever way they are functioning. It is always a trigger, an external contribution which can which makes a person behave or react to a certain situation they do. And that's why collaboration is the technique, is the necessary skill which the social workers, because of their training and their knowledge and their skills, can bring into this profession, into this this relationship between client and social worker, which can enhance the overall the ultimate achievement of empowering our client. Can be so very rewarding, because we know how to collaborate, and collaboration is so very important, because even though we have the knowledge and the skills and the training, we have to also understand and accept the reality that a client's background is telling something else, and that understanding has to come only when we are collaborating and understanding and responding to what their sort of solution can actually bring the desired change. It is not something, a formula or a standard we can set in our profession, which can just work as a medicine. It's not that. It's the client's life, it's the external factors, the social factors, the internal factors, so many elements which create a person's environment. And that's why all the key concepts, not just collaboration, the cultural identity we have to keep in mind. We have to understand the resilient trait which the person has. Taking all these concepts into key consideration, we have to move forwards. And with this, we come to the end of the key concepts which are important to understand when applying the strengths based perspective. We will, in the next video, we will understand the theoretical principles. There are 6 key principles which we can apply when we are taking the strengths based perspective with our clients.